What's going on, world? This is your boy Troy, and today we're gonna talk about Father's Day haters.
I spit hot fire. I'm God, bitch.
Look up in the sky, is that a goon or green goblin? None of the above, it's a motherfucking dragon. Super Saiyan 2 to a cell, no problem. You put me in a cells and you got
Bow down, nigga, I'm God, nigga.
What's going on, world? This is your boy Troy, your friendly neighborhood NGTOW, and I am 110% your friend, and we're going to talk about mainly feminism, feminists, and why they hate Father's Day. Now, obviously, look, Father's Day is around the corner. I don't know if you saw my other video on Father's Day on why I don't like Father's Day. And you would think that me and feminists, that we would have something in common, right? I don't like Father's Day. They don't like Father's Day. So it's like, the enemy, no, the friend of my, what is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? But that's not the case. I'm not on your side, feminists, right? I hate Father's Day for a whole different reason than you do. And, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why do these feminists hate Father's Day? Well, it comes down to one word mainly, and it's patriarchy, right? Okay, so patriarchy. And pretty much anything to do with men or manliness or masculinity or anything of that nature, they want to find it, snuff it out, and make sure that it never returns. So when they see something like Father's Day, which is something that obviously is for men, it's almost like a knee-jerk reaction. It's just something that they have to attack, especially now that they're kind of running out of things to safely attack, right? Like I say, there's, millions of women getting, castrated and, all this other stuff across the world. There's a whole bunch of other women's issues, global issues, but they want to talk about mansplaining and Father's Day, right? This is what it is. But it's the dreaded patriarchy, right? The dreaded patriarchy. I don't even know where to begin with it. But let's talk about the fallacy of the argument, right? Of the patriarchy and all this other good things, and why these feminists are, why their argument is very, I'll say, flawed, right? Because, and a lot of what I notice about feminism is that they like to take a lot of their cues from the black struggle. Left fist, right? Get that in the left fist, right? And racism and things of that nature, which I find it kind of funny. Like, I find it kind of ironic, because most of the when we look at programs like affirmative action, things of that nature, things that are supposed to benefit quote unquote minorities, it actually benefits white women, who are the most of the feminists, right? It benefits them more than anybody else. Now, I can do another presentation on it, different topic for a different time, but understand that if you are a feminist, then you are a part of a society that, in a weird way, like, think about it. This is a patriarchy that allows you to be a feminist. Like, this is the reason why when you go overseas to Saudi Arabia or whatever, that you cover your head as a woman. You're not gonna sit there, I'm gonna be a strong woman and I'm not gonna cover my, no, you understand what would happen to you. Right? So you're in a place, like, it is because of this patriarchy that it allows you to be a feminist, right? The reason why you're even allowed to even, say some of the stupid shit that you do is because, I know it sounds fucked up, but because men allow it, right? But why is patriarchy a good thing? And what, we're going to talk about Father's Day, I understand, right? But why is patriarchy a good thing? Because on the whole, right, patriarchy, it benefits the people below it, but oftentimes the people that are quote unquote below the patriarchy, they look up at the patriarchy, and they get angered because they think that, you know, it's just men on top and they're glorified. Well, which really isn't the case, right? Because a patriarchy exists because men are the ones who risk themselves. Men are the ones who, you know, go out and forge civilizations and clear woods. And, you know, we're the ones that fight the bears and kill the mammoths and erect the pyramids and do all the things that make society what it is. And everybody else, men, other men, women, children, everybody else benefits. Like, even then, I'm talking into a camera, right, that the patriarchy built. You're watching this on a device that the patriarchy built, right? You're benefiting from it. Excuse me. I'm benefiting from it. So cut that out, right? But let's talk about the real reason. Now, this is a pretty short video, surprisingly, because I love to talk my shit. But let's talk about the real reason for why feminists want to do away with Father's Day. The real reason is because they have horrible relationships with their fathers, right? It's clear. And so how do we know that, right? Because if you're a feminist and you want to do away with Father's Day because fathers are bad and patriarchy is bad, which I think another point I want to bring up about patriarchy is that patriarchy itself leads to gynocentrism, right? It's one of those things that, you know, men, we go out here and we build this society for women. So it's almost like this is one of the things that men do in order to honor women and children. So it's one of those things that, you know, we'll go out here and we'll, you know, as men, we'll build the houses and, you know, build the roads and everything like that, so we can go to work and do all these things to provide the good things for the women in our lives. But that's, you know, like I said, let's get back to the real reason for why that is. And like I say, because they have a bad relationship with their father. Now, this specific example, I kind of boosted from Stefan Molyneux, but it's one of those things where he talked about how if you have, okay, let's say that, if you're watching this, most likely you probably are white, but let's say that you have a black friend, right? And if you don't have a black friend, well then, I guess for the time being, I'm your boy Troy. And I'll be your friend, because I am your friend. Yeah. But but like, let's say that, you know, white guy and you know, you have a black friend, maybe you grew up with them, you know, all, you know, just same neighborhood, same school or whatever, you know, you have a legit black friend, right? And somebody comes up to you and just says, man, black people are this and that, and just starts talking, just starts dogging black people. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, hold up, man. You know, wait a minute, like, I don't know what you're talking about, but my experience is totally different, right? My friend, you know, he's black and he's cool. I don't even see him as black. He's my friend. Like, he's cool. And like, you're disrespecting him. You're disrespecting his family. Like, I can't have that. Even like, it's weird. And I understand a lot of this is an emotional thing. But even then, if someone does come with, you know, the facts and then this and that, well, black people, they commit all that. Like, right. No, I see your point. But still, like, you need to hold the phone with that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's still respect that you're able to give because of your positive experiences, right? And so when a woman says, well, we need to ban Father's Day, feminists, well, we need to ban Father's Day, what they're essentially telling you is that, you know, I don't know what a good father looks like. Right, because you know, at the same time, like you are hard now. I can't, you know what? Because women, they can be, right, conflicted. That's their thing. Because men, we like to be logical, right? So it's very rare to find a woman who's had an actual positive male role model in their life and still end up wanting to shit on men, right? I say it can't happen. I say that there's some unresolved issues somewhere, but no, you can't. It's weird, right? Because you can't actively sit here and say, I'm against Father's Day and I can't do this, and then at the same time still want to like do something nice for your father because he is a good father on Father's Day. Like I said, I guess women can get away with it because they're allowed to be illogical, but logically speaking, it doesn't follow. It doesn't make sense. But that's essentially what we're talking about here. And look, this isn't to discount or disqualify, because for some women that they're against it for emotional reasons. Maybe either A, they had a shit father, or B, maybe they have a baby daddy that's that ain't no good, right? Or they have a something of that nature, right? Their husband is shit or whatever like that. And look, I'm not sitting here defending all men. I know plenty of men that are pieces of absolute garbage, right? I know men that are pieces of shit. I'm not sitting over here defending men at all. But what I am saying, that if that is your experience, if you're a woman, a man, or whatever it is that you want to be called nowadays, right? If you're a human being, well, I guess technically speaking, I guess we can be whatever we want to be. So if you're a thing in existence, a sentient being in existence, right? And you've had a horrible relationship with your father, or maybe your kid's father, whatever, then understand that it's the woman's fault. And I have done there's another article on it. I've even done a video on this, just detailing everything. But honestly, it's the woman's fault. Like, we understand that there's piece of shit men out there. So what? Why did your mom sleep with one? Why did your mom decide to marry that one? Or maybe he was a good man that your mom pushed away. Why did she push him away? Right? If I don't like Father's Day because my baby daddy ain't shit, well, why did you sleep with a man that ain't shit? Why did you, especially in this day and age when you could have aborted it, you could have took the day after pill, the plan B, there's like 1,000 different types of contraception. Why did it lead there with this man? Why did you choose this? And you did choose it. It's not something that happened. So why is that a factor? Why? Because you're not taking responsibility for your choices. Or maybe your dad was a piece of shit. You're not taking responsibility for, or your mom isn't taking responsibility for her choices. It is absolutely, positively women's fault. So if you're a feminist, then you're getting offended by that, then, well, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. But hey, I'm gonna wrap up here. I'm keeping it short, which is kind of crazy because I'm used to just talking my shit and rambling. But give a like, give a comment below on baby daddy issues if you want to. Give a nice story. If you want to support the channel monetarily, head on over to the Menlightenment Manual, greatest self-discovery system in the world. Get your money back guarantee. If you go through it, you find something that doesn't resonate with you, something that doesn't change your life, get your money back, keep the system. Or head on over to the Troy Mason Exchange. A lot of great health products, a lot of great stuff there to help you get your swag right and get your body right. But with that, I'm done with my shameless plugs, and I am 100% your boy Troy. I'm your friend, and I will see you on the other side.
The dick was good. But it's the only problem though, she said the dick was so good that as she started rocking, she just got into it, and all of a sudden she said something just hit her, bam, all upside his head, just slapped him. Dick will make you slap somebody. So y'all need to remember that. That's what I'm trying to deal with. The fact.
More like concept hated, cause you know I do not take shit. Maybe I may give shit. Give this misfit. Like a small condom on this dick. Words are like bullets and my bullets go ballistic. Beat hit hard, Ray Lewis, hold a hit stick.